The collapse of the indoor athletic training facility in the recent blizzard has created an unexpected challenge to the Texas Tech track and field team's training.
This indoor season is going to be different than any 17 that I've been here for. We loved having the ATC and having the opportunity to work out any good day or bad day. We had a great place to train. So for the last 2 weeks, it's been challenging a little bit, and we've had to go outside and been very fortunate that Coach Stone has allowed us to set up the pole vault in the indoor soccer. So some of our kids, the pole vaulters, have had an opportunity to continue normal training, but most of us have been outside and just weathering the elements and doing the best we can.
With it indoor being such a short season and that causing issues in your training, what other obstacles just as a short season are you expecting to see or kind of have to face as the time goes on?
I think going into this weekend, we're going to find out that because we don't have the indoors, it's going to take them a little bit longer maybe to adjust to the indoor boards and that type thing. On the other hand, our field event people, you know, they have had more of an opportunity to jump, the high jumpers, the long jumpers, triple jumpers, pole vault. I think you might see some really big marks out of them and it might not affect them as much.
The men's side of this program is returning 6 All-Americans, but what should we expect from the women's?
The women's team is a real young team, but we do have one tremendous veteran that got 4th place last year, Shanice Stewart, in the long jump, and she'll be leading that group. And then we have 3 really good triple jumper, long jumper type kids. Gianna Jackson's a senior. She comes back barely missing out last year on the outdoors. Virshini Latham, and then also Peyton Ravel, who went to the national championships last year. All of them are back, and they all could go to the national meet if they could hit a good mark.
Are there any newcomers on either side, men's or women's, that are standing out instantly and you think will make a huge impact?
I'm so excited this weekend to see 2 new freshman boys. You know, Brandon Bray, nearly an 18-foot pole vaulter, number 1 or 2 in the country last year as a high school senior. I'm really anxious to see him pole vault and to have an opportunity and go from there. And then Charles Jones, he's also a 7-foot high jumper, a 51-foot triple jumper, and a 25-foot long jumper, all 3 events. He is really dangerous, I call it. So he could really be somebody that could be special for us, what I'm seeing in practice.
Those 6 All-Americans on the men's side, as well as just seasoned veterans, how are they helping you translate the expectations, the goals of this program to the younger guys?
Yeah, the neat thing is I've been here 17 years. Our veterans, you know, you take Bradley, he's a senior, he's been with me for 4. They know my expectations and they also know what we're trying to get accomplished. And those guys have been leading this young group. I haven't had to do much because those All-Americans know what it takes and they set the tone each day in practice.
Last year, Jacorian and Bradley 1 and 2 in NCAA. How does that affect? And with Jacorian still training with y'all, he's a face around here. What does that say for this program to have that kind of success?
It's incredible to have that type of athletes here, and they create a culture that is a championship culture. It is a high expectation culture. And I think it just changes everything. When they see him out here working out with them, he's a volunteer coach this year. They highly respect him. And I just think it makes everybody, when they come to practice each day, know that's the type quality and that's what it takes. And so they up their game a little bit.
You've been Tech's track coach for quite some time now. How is coaching on an Olympic year different? How is that translate into the overall program and the training for the indoor and outdoor seasons, and kind of what are you expecting for as Rio's at the end of all these athletes' minds this year?
You know, it's a very long year when you have an Olympic year. This is going to force us maybe to do a little bit less high intensity early in the year to where we can pace it a little bit better by the end. And then I'm hoping we have several kids on this team that are making that Rio trip. I want to be able to go and take somebody.